G'day, my name is Rowan. I'm a financial planner with Consortium Private Wealth. An interesting figure come across my desk recently, and it had to do with the amount of debt, and in particular credit card debt, there is currently in Australia. Now, ASIC released a report, and they've indicated that Australia's credit card debt now sits at $50 billion, which is a staggering amount. So the topic of today's video is, it'll be 7 tips to pay off and consolidate your credit card debt faster. So the first tip I'd like to share with you would be to pay more than the minimum repayment. Your credit card debt won't shift if you're only paying the bare minimum at the end of every month. Credit lenders usually set the minimum repayment per month at around 2 to 3% of the balance. That means minimum payments are actually just paying off some of the interest, and making minimum repayments does not make a dent in your actual balance. Pay off a little bit extra every month and you'll be happy to see the balance shrink. The second tip is, for those of you who have multiple cards, just deal with one card at a time. So it's important to pay the minimum on each card, there's no denying that, but you should actually focus on the one card and work away until it's completely paid off. You generally want to pay off the card with the highest interest rate or the smallest balance. Once it's paid off, why not remove it from your wallet and then get rid of it altogether? The third tip is make use of your savings. You may be hesitant to empty your savings account for the sake of paying off a credit card balance, but consider the fact that any interest you would earn on those savings would be much smaller than the money you'd end up owing in interest on your unpaid credit card balances. It's worth weighing up your options. The fourth tip is to certainly examine your spending. Pick apart your monthly spending and look for unnecessary spending or areas where you can cut back. Perhaps do a written budget, and then apply a newly freed up money to reducing your credit card balance. It can take a while to get your credit card balances back to zero, we understand. After all, the debt often takes a while to build up in the first place. The earlier you can make a start though, the sooner it will get done. The fifth tip is to consider a balance transfer. Many financial institutions offer balance transfer deals, which is essentially a credit card with a low introductory rate. Rates can be as low as 0% for up to 12 months. You need to be aware of though, there's credit cards who offer a low interest balance transfer generally revert back to highest interest rates after a certain term, such as 12 months. So just read all the fine print details in respect to those offers. The sixth tip, the second last one, is to look for a low rate card to begin with. The interest rates applied to credit card ranges from 7.99% up to about 23.5%. So there's a huge variation. And they can be even higher for some cash advances. So unless you are on a super low rate already, you can probably save money by changing your card. The lower the interest rate, the better. That means more of your payments are going towards clearing the debt and not paying interest. Look for a credit card with a rate in the low teens. Consolidate your debt. This is the final tip. Consolidate your debt into a personal loan. This is a more structured way to clear your debt and will ensure that your debt disappears gradually over the term of the loan. Essentially because it has to. You've got a contract with the lender and you've got strict repayment criteria. But you could possibly put the term out by a number of years to make those repayments a lot easier than multiple credit cards. So there are 7 tips. Obviously, debt is a big issue in Australia at the moment, in particular credit card debt, and it may only get worse with features like Afterpay and so forth. So it's a big responsibility. It deserves respect, and I hope some of these tips will help you out. Thanks for listening.